Right, morning tubers. So on another job, I've got this right pain with me today. I can't think for the life of me what it is. But yeah, what we're doing, you might remember this extension we did. So next door, I've got us to do some work on their place. So there's a dormer roof at the top there, which is really old felt. It's been bodged up with sort of sealant and new flex and all sorts of stuff. So our task today is to get that stripped back and see what we're dealing with underneath that. So we'll have to make sure we've got ventilation, etc. Now, as it happens, if I just turn you around, the ridge tiles there, they're all coming off, and their flat roof literally just tucks under that. So we're going to opt for a dry ridge system, which should give us the ventilation under the flat roof and then out the front. What I'll do is get some footage up there, show what we're about, and I'll catch you in a bit. Right, here we are on the top. So you can see here, this has been trimmed because they thought the roof had been done, so it's just been literally been trimmed to make it look like it had. So on here you can see all the joints where it's all been made up, bodged up or whatever, and then this is here, it's just running under these ridge tiles, so we're going to put in a dry ridge on there. So there's a bit of a backstory to this dormer extension, which I'm not going to go into, but let's just say it wasn't built very well. So the timbers are running into this space here, so we should get our ventilation for our dry ridge system for the cold roof, what we'll be doing, because obviously it's not a brand new build, it's going to be retrofitted. What we're going to do, we're going to strip, oh, you see here as well, that ventilation is venting that area, so it must also go into this area, because that's how we do it, to make sure it goes up and over. What we're going to do is remove half the roof, so we've still got half to work on. Now this is 4.5 metres by 5.9 metres. We've got a delivery coming this morning, so we're using 18mm OSB tongue and groove. I believe they're 8 foot by 2 foot. That's going to be getting fixed in place with D1 glue, which, if anybody's aware of that is the strongest glues for this type of thing. So you put it in all the grooves, you put it on all the timbers, and when you sit it in place, it should hold without any screws or anything. But we will put some retainers in as well anyway. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get these ridge tiles off first, and I think we'll probably end up, I'll ask Tom, I think we might end up getting that side off first. I don't know, I'll clarify it. Right, check back in a bit. Alright, ridge tiles are off. I'm afraid they're a bit sacrificial. Right, if we look here, in here, here's the original bedroom ceiling. Here's the original flat roof timbers they've used. And there's no insulation in there whatsoever. So do you know when I said there's no insulation? Turns out this side has got a mixture of insulation. But what they've done it like a floating floor. Now that looks like PIR, but it's not silver back, so I don't know what they've done here. Then it looks like this looks like acoustic insulation, but they've put some sort of like, I don't know what, it looks like sacking So yeah, that's why it's moving so much, because it's bloody floating. It's not actually fixed to anything. And if you look at these timbers, what are here, they don't line up with anything.
Just nailed it to
insulation. Yeah, just keep hitting nails in until we hit something. So
it's not very good, is it?
that's why it's moving the way it is.
Very poor.
But on the good side, it's making it easier to come up.
Always bend your nails over.
Always bend your nails over.
Because you'll regret it if you stand on it.
You'll regret it. Oh dear. Fair bit of wind up here. And it smells. Alright, so it seems like they've used plywood, which is pretty decent, but I'm not sure the whole thing is supposed to move that easily. Do you? It's like they've hardly put any fixes down. So I think what we'll do is rip a straight edge across there and then get it up, because that is just unbelievable. Let's just try a bit further along. Yeah, look. Oh God, that's just me. Oh, is that the old veg? The old veg!
Yeah.
Good old veg. So prior to this couple living in this house, it belonged to an old lady, and this loft conversion was done for a carer to have somewhere to stay. But we're looking at this and it's just getting worse and worse. So it looks like there's the original flat roof, what they did. Then they've put this, whatever type of insulation it is, because there's PIR there, then there's this stuff. I don't know what they call it, to be honest. But when we're looking here, there is a. Now I know they got told they didn't put a steel in to start with, so they've had to put one in. But it hasn't been red oxide put on it. Now look at this, that timber. So you've got what, inch and a half there. They've cut it out to get round this. Then they've cut it out again to get rid of that. Now that timber split there, and there is actually a sag in this roof. And if we look at the other side, it's the same again. They've cut it out, wedged. There's no strength to them timbers. What do you do? So these timbers here, these rock lats, these have just been sat on top, right? They don't even go into the what would be the ceiling joists. No, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if it's a rafter or a ceiling joist with it being a flat roof. But you look over here again, they've got PIR here. They've got this, I don't know what that bloody stuff's called. But yeah. So we're going to have to get this all stripped back. And then there's the problem of getting it insulated. Oh dear. Right, let's crack on.
So that's not right, is it?
Right, this is slow and painful.
It's like that soundproof.
Yeah, so that looks more like acoustic
It does.
stuff.
It does, yeah.
And so we've got PIR here, but this is like really old PIR before I start putting foil on it, and it has like a bit of a cloth texture to it. But this is look, you can see that black there, and then it's just been
Celotex.
yeah, it's just been glued on. But none of these here fix to the rafters, like I said before. So that's why there's so much bounce on it. So we're getting it up still. But we've got to really clean all this back, get all this off. All this, we think this is the original flat roof, don't we?
Well, I think they've deliberately done a double layer.
But when this was done in the 80s, there was no such thing as cold roofs, warm roofs.
No,
So I can't understand why anybody would have done this in the 80s, unless they've come along to repair it and thought, oh, let's just go over the top. But yeah, and I don't know if it's quite visible on the camera, but when you, I don't know if you can see it, but it fucking dips there, and I think that joist I showed you earlier, that fracture in that joist is an issue. Right, we've come to the conclusion it's got PIR around the edges and around here, and they ran out. That's why they've used this Hessian tape, well, whatever it is, like acoustic one. But what we're doing, because that's breaking up all now, we're not going to set it off just yet because we ain't got the skip. But all this stuff, that won't blow away. So we took all the big bits down. It's quite heavy, it's quite dense. So this is all going to come out when we get the skip tomorrow. Yeah, can you see that curve in the roof? I can. Anyway, I think we've got a plan. So we'll go from there. As if we didn't have proof enough that this is the, in fact, the old original flat roof. Come across the old granite chippings, which obviously you lay on top when you've done your original roof.
Rat poison.
It's not fucking rat poison. Only one rat round here. You know, right, Ratty?
Oh, what a top, Roland.
Where's the screen gone? Ah, bollocks, you'll see me. Using the bags to put this insulation in, then we can lower down, drop into the skip when the skip arrives. You get the idea. I'm not going to keep filming this because you get the idea. It's cleaning it up. Look,
is turned up.
Scarlet Pimpernel. Now we're at the stage where we can look at reassembling the roof. So I've got all that insulation off. That's nothing, that's just a bit of shadowing if you like. But this floor, like here, is bouncing. There's a few places where it bounces a bit. Now this is the original roof. So we're going to be constructing a new roof over the top with insulation and everything else. What we're going to do is we're going to find the roof rafters, joists, ceilings, or whatever you want to call them, and we're going to strengthen them, thus trapping this board down in between it. It'll be well anchored. Then in between each of those rafters we will add the insulation, and then between the top of this, the insulation and the new flooring what's going to go down, there will be airflow gap. So we're going to create the airflow coming from this end all the way through, and it's going to run through into this roof space, out through the dry ridge, but also it will run through here. Alright, run through there into out through the dry edge ridge, creating a flow of air. But yeah, that's the majority of it. Oh, well, it is off. It's never going to be a polished turd, is it? But it's better than it was, so we can start to move forward. Right, so we've got the edge trims on, we've got the risers, we've got the driplats. So Tom's been cutting some strips, and there we have it then, top coated. I don't know if you can see the stripes where the reinforcing strips are, but that's all you can see. Right, so I've set that tile in place. Then what we can do is take these black clips like I said, push them in,